Hi everybody, welcome to a new series that I'm shooting. I'm calling it Walk With Me or Take a Walk With Me or something like that. But basically, as I explore different areas, I will record my visits to those trails and those places, and I will share that with you via YouTube. You'll basically see the things exactly the way I see them, and I'll talk to you like you were here. It certainly will make for a slightly more interesting visit for me, so I can talk to a camera instead of just talking to myself. Welcome to Bent's Old Fort National Historic Site. I'm gonna walk the trail around today, so let's get started. It's almost like a marshy pond grassland area. Except for the fact that this is fresh water, this marsh and wetland wouldn't look out of place at home in Delaware. In Delaware, this would be a salt marsh. Got some blackbirds, just like at home. Is it pretty? Looks like morning glories. If you look back there in the distance, you can see the fort. That is Bent's Old Fort. It's a National Historic Site. I've been here before. The fort is 100% worth seeing. It's a really neat place. I'm not sure I'll go in today. Last time I was here, it was about 1,000,000 degrees outside. Today it's still May. I think I was here in June or July. Looks like milkweed. And some willow. Oh, a little rabbit just went across the road. Right there ahead is a rabbit. Let's see what happens. Oh, it just ran off. With really short ears. On my way here, I saw a turkey run across the road in front of me. I'm not sure if we'll see any other kinds of wildlife on this walk. The view of the fort is really pretty nice as you come along. I'm not sure what this is. Actually, I do know what this is. It's just a sign for the Ben's Old Fort. Huh. The backsides of a sign. How exciting. Ben's Old Fort, National Historic Site. Like they might have been some kind of sunflower. Well, they were seed heads now. Although they're probably coming up from the ground at this point. Just can't get close enough to see them. These are cottonwood trees. Here, I believe all the dead trees that you see around are also cottonwoods. Ooh. I'm hoping to scare up more wildlife, but I probably walk too loudly. The river is over there. I believe that's the Arkansas River or some tributary thereof. I'm not 100% sure, though. Another red-winged blackbird in the tree. I'll have to look up later what river that is. These are the seed heads from before. This is what I'm saying. Might have been some kind of sunflower, but actually it might have been like an echinacea or something like that, a coneflower variety. They're very tall, whatever these are. Butterfly. And whatever those plants with the seed heads are, I don't believe they're coming up yet because I don't see any babies on the ground underneath where the seed heads are located. The fort is right over there. It's a nice view of the river. Some flowers. Oop. Over on this side, the morning glories are pink. The other ones I saw were white. And this whole field is full of those seed heads. Whatever that flower was. This is why I think it was some kind of wild sunflower. That's just what I expect from a stand of wild multi-headed sunflowers. I'm gonna stop, take a picture of the river. Always stop and take pictures. sure is pretty. I'm gonna go get a picture of this plant and I'll be able to maybe identify it later. So later on I should be able to identify whatever this is from the pictures that I took. Look at all the anthills. This isn't like, look at all these. When these things are flowering, I bet that's beautiful. It's kind of like eerie to see it all dead like that, but I'd love to see this in full bloom. Probably August is when this whole field is just full of flowers. We're headed back away from the river now. The river curved back that way. I don't even know what this is and I want to grow it in my yard or in my meadow. Obviously, it would need to go toward the back. Young, I'm assuming cottonwood through here, tons of it. Not entirely sure where this goes. It splits, so I'm just gonna keep going the long way. The short way might go up past the fort closer. I'm not entirely sure, but I need a nice walk, so gotta make sure I go as far as possible. I mean, if you look at this topography, I don't think it's what you'd think of when you think of Colorado. But we're in the very eastern part of Colorado. So, not mountains. In fact, you can't even see mountains, really, except over in the distance there's some mesa. But it's just very different than what people think of when they imagine Colorado in their heads. This is all lowland. We're basically in the floodplain of that river. Ooh, look at this. That's very pretty. I'm actually going to get my camera out and take a picture of that. The others look spent. This might be the last bloom on that this year. The thing is, it's still very much spring here in Colorado, so things are coming up, but there's not a whole lot that's like, none of the summer stuff is in full bloom or anything. That's why, amazingly enough, everything is green here. Oh, that's interesting. There's a burnt log there. I don't know whether that was, I don't know how that ended up being burnt, but maybe there was a fire through here, or maybe there was just a fire at that spot. As you get further into summer here, this gets super hot and super dry. There's a few more out there of those little yellow flowers I see. There's one right there. They're a little bit far away. I'm not sure if they actually show up in the film. I was correct. It is the Arkansas River that we were looking at earlier. Fantastic. Beautiful. And it does look at the bottoms of these trees. See how they're burnt just on the bottom? It does look like they use burning to maintain the prairie here, which is traditional. And then if they burn it off, everything comes back, but the trees are strong enough to withstand a good fire. All the bases of these trees have been charred all the way through here, but the trees, as you can see, are all still fine. Don't mind the dead branches, that's just a cottonwood thing. That's not because they got burnt in fire, that is just because cottonwoods tend to die off in chunks like that. The milkweed is about to bloom here. And as you can see, there's the Arkansas River peeking through right over there as it weaves through the area. Interesting. I don't know how easy it is to see, but the little pods on the cottonwood trees, I've never actually looked at a cottonwood tree this time of year. I just think of cottonwood trees in relationship to the big puffy cotton that it lets off later on after all those seed pods fill up and explode out. More of these flowers. This one's a much lighter yellow than the other one. I think it's some kind of daisy or aster or something. Here you can see the backside of the fort. Oh, look, this is, I think, where that other trail comes back in and meets this trail. So we definitely did the best thing by taking the longer way around, I think. Ooh, look how bright pink these guys are. Obviously this is just a road here that goes around the fort itself. I believe if I go this way, I end up back at the parking lot where I started. But I'm gonna walk this way and just have a look at the fort. Maybe we can walk all the way around the fort itself. One of the cool things about this fort that I'll be able to show you from this side is the walls. And actually, it's one of the things that I noticed last time I visited. So nowadays, you would put glass shards or something on the top of your walls to keep people out. And they've used Opuntia, prickly pear cactus, to keep people out. And I just love this. I just think it's so neat that they did it this way. At home, my prickly pear is in bloom in my garden. But here, the prickly pear is not yet flowering. But when I was here in July, it flowered, and they have multiple colors of prickly pear here. There's yellows and oranges. It's really very pretty. Ooh, look at that. See right in front of me? Those. Ooh, I'm gonna see if I can get a picture. Oh, look, 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 look. They're guinea fowl, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna take a picture with my actual camera. That is so cool. We're not really bothering the guinea fowl, we're just walking by. But that is so cool. It might not be a guinea fowl. To be honest, I don't know exactly what it is. I do believe they're not things that fly. There's a pair ahead. I'm just gonna walk through the prairie on these tracks. My goal is really just to get around to the front of the fort, but that is so neat that I saw those. I've never seen those before in like the wild, which this is. I just slow down walking. I don't want to scare them or anything. And over there behind them is what appears to be a gigantic anthill. Yeah, these guys might be guineas. I don't know. Very neat. I'm gonna leave them alone. Obviously, you don't want to bother the local wildlife. I'm not 100% sure that I should be walking through here. There's not really a trail, but there are tracks where they've driven their like ATVs around here, so I may as well enjoy my walk. Right here, you can see the trail coming up. This is the trail that goes back to the parking lot from the fort. I'm gonna walk through here. And here we are at the front of the fort. And I'm gonna close this video now. And then I'm gonna make a second one showing the fort itself. Hello everybody, if you can hear me, welcome to Bent's Old Fort. This is near La Junta, Colorado. It's a really cool, it's just a neat place to visit. I've been here before. Supposedly they open at 9 o'clock. I don't really know. I thought you walk right through this gate to get in, and it doesn't. Well, we'll try the door. It is 9:10. And I don't see any reason why I couldn't get in, but it doesn't actually appear to be open this morning. So I don't know. I guess it's closed. You can see in through there. This is a really cool place to visit. I don't really know why. Are you open?
Yes, ma'am. We're just
Awesome.
now opening.
Okay, I was like, it's 9 o'clock. I'm not really sure why the door's shut. Whether you're good. Thank you. I guess people usually aren't on the doorstep when you open the doors.
Sorry about that, ma'am.
Oh, you're fine.
All right.
As you can see,
Just yourself? Or?
it is just myself. So let me turn this off. All right, well, let's just walk around and take a look at Benswell Fort. One of the things that I really liked about this fort when it came last time is that because almost everything in here is rebuilt and reproduction, you can look at things and touch things and walk on things. And it's not one of those places where everything is roped off and you can't put your hands on things. And I think that that was what made the experience here so good, is that they took the time to construct all this and make it authentic, while at the same time make it so that it's not so fragile that you're just trying to make sure everything is preserved. So many places you go, you can't touch anything, you can't walk across a rug. And here I could walk across a rug, put my hand in the fireplace. You know, it's a cool experience for kids because of that reason. This is the well, so that's why it's roped off and you can't go down there. But their well is at the bottom of a pit, which perfectly makes sense in a situation like this. And yeah, there are a few places that you can't just go into, but for the most part, it's a really kind of cool hands-on experience here at Benswell Fort. Even the chickens are out and about, where everybody can handle them. Bark, 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 bark. But basically, you can just walk through here and open doors and poke around. They do have guides here. They have a fort guide, or the map of the fort, and then they have a guided tour that you can just take with you and read along the way. I've been here before, so I'm really just poking around today. Restrooms, that's not exciting. I'm just poking around today, looking around and showing you what's here. I enjoy a nice walk, and I didn't have to be anywhere right this second. So I just heard a squeaky sound that I thought was like a mouse or something, and I was looking for it, but I didn't see it. So if you come in here, oh, it looks like the forge. The big bellows. At certain times they do have people who are operating these things, so everything in here is operational, and they have interpreters who actually run the forge and other things like that here. The wheelwright. And that's another thing. I really, myself, enjoy places where you can come in and see work being done, how it was done. Those interactive places that you can visit are so much more fun than places that are not interactive at all. So I would definitely recommend people to come here. I'm not doing this in any particular order. I'm just kind of looking around. Look, there's the cat that we saw earlier. Hey, kitty kitty. Meow. Meow. Want some pets? Reminds me of my cat. Except this one's so much fatter. My cat would have bit me. Look at the little birds up there. You want me to let you out? You're not my cat. I can't let you out. I'm sorry. You're stuck. You can come with me. That was the kitchen we were in. Now we're back here where they do the baking. Got a few ovens back here. And it looks like they have demonstrations of how to make adobe bricks back here. Some of the time anyway. And we are back to the front. They have a video to watch in here that tells you about the fort. I'm not going to watch that today. That's a cool bison skull. And this is where you come when you pay to get in. It is $10 for an adult to come to Ben's Old Fort, but it is well worth your $10. So now let's go upstairs. Oh, all the interpreters here are dressed in period outfits, which is perfect. Now here we are in the second floor of the fort. The view is really nice from up here. I'm giving you a better view than I have because my eyes are Well, this is about my eye level right here. So, walk around. They don't have any railings on the top, so watch your children, but it's a really authentic experience. Up here, this is a bell tower, and there is a bell, and nobody is stopping me from pulling this rope, so kids would have a blast with pulling the bell rope. Look at these little birds. Last time I was here, you could go up here in the turret. This time, obviously, they're doing some repairs to the steps, and you can't get up there. But this little gun turret, they have a tiny little cannon up there. And obviously right now we're walking through the interior on the upstairs wall of the fort. When we were down here, this is the area where the bake ovens were that I showed you earlier. You can look down into the center of the fort. So this is just a really neat place to visit. Definitely a fun trip for a family or even an individual. I'm enjoying it quite a bit, and I'm only talking to a camera. That's not really exciting. From here you can go downstairs into another room. I'll go ahead and do that, but then I'll come back upstairs and finish the upstairs part of the tour. Look down here. This is like a dining hall kind of area. You can continue down the stairs right into that area, but I haven't finished upstairs yet. There is a way to follow the map and the brochure and do this in order. I just made the decision not to do that because who listens to instructions? If you notice, the flag is set up with fewer stars. It's more realistic to what would have been here at the time. Listen to these birds in here. Ooh, the swallows are nesting. This they might not have wanted. They've got swallows nesting in the billiard room. This is a billiards table and a bar. And there are the swallows. I love swallows. They're some of my favorite companionable birds. I'm looking for the little swallow nest, and I'm imagining it must be, well, I thought it might be above the billiard room, but I'm not entirely. Billiard table, but I'm not sure. But you've got your bar. Play some checkers or some chess. Somewhere in here is a swallow nest. It would have been better off out here. If I step up here on, I can look over at more roof, and you can see the walls back there. Those are the walls of what is the stable area. There used to be a way to get closer to that to see it better. There might even be a way to go back out there, and I just didn't go through the correct door. I think this bridge works. So over here on the, oh no, that's closed too. No fun. Well, when I was here last time, I was able to go over into that turret as well. So there was more things available to see as far as getting closer to the edges of the fort at that time. Hopefully they are able to repair those things and other people can do them again. So here's another room where everything is completely interactive. You can come in here and touch anything that you like, which is kind of neat. And I believe that's because these things are reproduction. So there's nothing that you're going to really do to hurt them. And nobody set the traps, luckily. But it's a cool little space. This would be, I assume, where people bed down and sleep. You can walk through here to this other room. Yep. Another room like that. With some tack and some other things. We've got the view down into the bottom. And we'll go back down the stairs and across the way. We didn't go through all of these interior rooms yet because we snuck out through the back of the kitchen. We were there. Look, the chicken's in the kitchen. Go right into the hearth. And the chicken just jumps right into the pot. Burp, burp, burp. So cool. We were in the kitchen, but we didn't come through here. So it's another portion of the kitchen, I guess. And here is the dining area that we came down the steps there into here. It's a cool looking old wood stove. Here's the store or trading post, and just look, you can just get your hands on any of these furs and feel what they feel like for the different animals that they have here. Some of them more rare than others. This is so neat. The way the ridge is in the back of this, it is an antelope. That's why it's beautiful. They feel like this feels neat. Just look how that looks when you pet that. It's crazy. Much different than the feel of this cat here. Skunk. Pretty amazing. The different ways of different. This one's beaver, I believe. I was correct, it is beaver. And as you look at this furs, you can actually see why they use them for different things. They all have different characteristics. It's pretty neat. Anyway, not everybody wants to sit and watch me pet old furs. Like I said, this is just a really cool place to visit, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody. All right, well, that's it. So apparently, as I was going around, I did miss a few things. that I would like to check out and see if I can find. The guinea fowl that you may have seen in the other video that I shot of the trail section, the walks are all the way around the fort, were brought here as food, basically. They are not wild, they're just food. And apparently also in the fort, other than the chickens, there is a peacock, or a peahen, who's living in one of these ovens. Right now, she decided to nest in an oven, and I'm just gonna see if she's in here. Oh, there she is. Beautiful. So, I'm not gonna scare her. I'm just gonna, can you see her? So she's got a nest in there, and if I go further, I should be able to find the peacock in the stable. So I will be looking for the peacocks out in the stable. Now I didn't go out in the stable earlier, but I'm just gonna come up here and take a picture of her. She's not gonna move, she's just gonna hang out. There we go. And now, let's see if I can remember the way to the stable. That door there is locked. That doesn't go out to the stables. I think, if I remember correctly, the stables are back here. Oh, yeah, the door's open. Through there now. It wasn't open before. Oh, this is where the cat wanted to go out earlier. All right, so you can walk out here into the stable, and here we have goats, delicious goats. Oh, there it is. Way over there. I'm not gonna get to, it's too far away for me to actually see it, but if you look way over there, there are peacocks. It looks like another hen and the main peacock back there. I don't know that I'm allowed to get any closer. They're way over there, so that is what it is. And if you look up here, we do have, now you can see the wall, where the walls are that were done in prickly pear. They surround the stable here. So that's pretty neat. All right, well, that was pretty cool. And I hope you guys enjoyed your visit to Bent's Old Fort. It's definitely a place that I would come again, and it is definitely a place that I recommend that you visit. So we'll go straight through and out the front door. Oh, with a side door. So, all right. One thing to be aware of is about 4 times a year here, or maybe even more, they have special events here at this fort where the fort will be just teeming with people doing their normal thing. Interpreters all dressed up as they would normally dress up. Well, I mean, as people would have been back in the day. And so it's definitely a worthwhile thing to come and see. And I think it would be a lot of fun to see the fort teeming with people doing their jobs. The bell ringing, firing off cannon, cooking, baking, just blacksmithing, doing all the things that people do. So, hope you enjoyed your visit. Please come in real life.